Hi everyone, it is Miri Carbundance. Welcome back to 365 days of from eating disorder to recovery. This is a screenshot from exactly 1 year ago. I noticed such a difference when I switched from eating no fats to just a couple a day. By the way, I'm going to also read an email that I wrote to Freely 1 year ago, exactly on that day. Stay tuned. Very interesting. My skin was so dry before and had all little bumps everywhere, added in some fat, and my skin has never been clearer or smoother. Exactly my experience as well. But the thing is, I didn't know it yet. And I thought, well, maybe I'm eating too much. And I was like, just so torn between like, am I eating too much fat? Like, what am I doing wrong? Always this kind of thinking like there's something I'm doing wrong. Well, the only thing I did wrong was to eat too little, even though I was eating very many calories. And that was because I was in an energy deficit still, even though I was eating so much in comparison to other people. But that shouldn't matter because they've never been in a restrictive eating disorder, be it calorie-wise and or food type-wise. So on this day, obviously, I had not been really satisfied. Like it felt extreme to me, what I did the day before. And so I ate oatmeal again with a starch and then also peanut butter and there's carrot powder. But then I also added a whole lot of fruit on top. Why? Because I was convinced that that was crucial for me to do because of the symptom with my fingers that I had, and I just felt like I have to go as raw as possible, which you're also going to see in the email that I'm going to show you in a minute. This was the next type of thing I ate. It was oats and then also dates, because I did love dates, but it was not satisfying what I did the day before, not in comparison to also eating other things. So like the whole mono fruit meals, there's such a craze and such a raving about these things, but it's just, I think, more mentally satisfying to think about it because it feels so optimal and stuff. But in the end, it's not really. Like I thrive on starch. That's just really what I love to do most of my meals, and like I just love carbs, but I'll just add anything else that I want to as well. So this was another smoothie, but it really makes me gag when I see this. Wow, I was cramming in that spinach there, as you can see. I don't drink any green smoothies anymore because I am convinced that we don't have to. And actually, I would even go as far as saying we should not, if we are not craving the taste of the greens there. There's no need to combine your meals with greens and healthify them and optimize them with greens. This was dinner, with bread. I actually had like the biggest part of the dinner was bread, and that's kind of special for that day. I guess because I was also afraid of the potatoes, because now it comes. So this is an abstract from what I wrote to Freely, the banana girl, because we have been meeting personally also in Thailand, and so we know each other like superficially, and we have met sometime in 2015. Yeah, I don't know, or 16? The second fruit festival, I think. Doesn't matter. I myself am back on the fruit now. High fruit way of eating for 2 weeks now, with minimum 800 to 2000 calories coming from fruit. So from fruit alone. Still on a cooked starch and veggies dinner, but thinking about fully raw. The reason for me going mainly fruit is because it always made the most sense to, like, thinking about going fully raw. Not what I should have been thinking about. The reason for me going mainly fruit is because it always made the most sense to me from everything I know / learn / experienced by now about human nutrition and physiology. What tipped me over the edge was something strange happened, which I think we spoke about, your own nightshade intolerance once. Maybe, like, she made a video on that, I think. Maybe you experienced something similar. My right index, middle and pinky finger got swollen like in gout, arthritis, and after stopping potatoes, it got better after a few days. Well, I think, maybe a little bit, but like, I think I might have just felt like it did, like a placebo kind of thing. There was not a significant change, but I wanted to believe it, I guess. It's been 3 weeks now. Swelling went down, but they are not back to normal yet. Strange. Hopefully fully history soon. So I was thinking, well, maybe I have the same thing as Freely had with nightshades and stuff. I assume it has to do with solanine poisoning, because I did leave on the skins out of laziness and never noticed any issues, haha. Did you ever experience this? So I really just took the chance to go fruit-based again in order to really alkalize the body. Oh, my ears just hurt. And support detox and nutrient availability, being low protein and low fat. I do love starch, especially oats, grains, and legumes, but no, they're not optimal for digestion. Well, I know now they are optimal for digestion. The only thing that wasn't optimal at that time was my digestion. And why? Not because it didn't want to work, but because I had a restrictive eating disorder. And I also, that's just my personal opinion, guys, but I firmly believe it to be very probable that, and to be very possible, that people who insist that they need food combining in order to have optimal digestion, or that are convinced that everyone should do this, is because their digestion is not, like, it's problematic, and not because of the foods, but because they're under-eating, or because they're restricting the type of foods and all of that stuff. Restrictive eating disorder maybe as well, like in many cases. Macro and micronutrient wise, especially quite high protein and easily bloating when combined with fruit. Okay, blah blah. Not something I believe in anymore. I've always been eating, like, I believe in all of the macros now. Like, what does it mean? Believe in, you know what I mean. I've always been eating a lot of fruit no matter what, but not fruit-based, at least not for a longer time. Like, at least, except for the Thailand travels and stuff, like in the tropics. And when I'm in the Philippines, I'm very fruit-based also, like, just because it's just fruit heaven. And there's genuinely nothing better there. Purely due to convenience and issues of feeling like I was missing out on other vegan foods. Well, hello, there it is. Yes, and that's what you should be doing. If you're feeling like you're restricting and missing out on other vegan foods, then yes, you should eat these foods. All those fruit mimicking foods, Oh, and it makes me cringe because I was thinking that these foods, the sweet and, the sweet foods, that are not really foods from nature, that they just mimic the experience of eating fruits, which Freely also kind of believes. So it's a nice experience now to be on all fruit. And it's like you can see the eating disorder just crawling back on me, and it's like very sad to see. Yes, so I said I've recorded all I ate for my YouTube community since the start of this year, which is what you're seeing now. So I might just show the whole switch, uploading one after the other in order to inspire. Oh my gosh, fortunately that never happened because I actually found the right way to go about things. This was kind of the wrong direction I lost myself in for a time. People are gonna say it's too extreme though. Yes, and for good reasons, because righteously so, because my followers usually come from an under-eating background. Yes, as well as I did, which is where I came from. Yes, it's good that I was aware of that. And it's so hard to make them see that nothing about tons of fruit and glucose is extreme. Oh wow, this really makes me laugh, and in a sad way, because yes, there is a lot wrong about tons of fruit and glucose. And a lot is extreme about that. I got it wrong though. There's nothing wrong about eating much of that. I love these foods and I eat them also. But the thing is, there is a lot extreme, that's what I wanted to say, about tons of fruit and glucose when you have these rules and you cannot eat the fats and stuff and no cooked food and stuff. But who am I telling that? Haha. Yes, so my mindset on this has changed quite a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. And it's just one milestone here that I wanted to include here. You know, I even, like, in the rest of the email, I asked her if she's still looking for someone to translate her books into German. And it's like, that's how serious my eating disorder got into going back to this kind of lifestyle and just totally live according to these kind of diet rules, which she never would agree that that's a diet, but it's a lifestyle, you know. And it's like, it's just so great to see that I got out of this also in retrospective, and you're going to see my whole development, how it's going further, like me telling you the story of my last year, how I got to now where I am in recovery for a long time now, and very much fully recovered. Like, I don't have any fear foods anymore, and it's like, seeing this email now that I wrote here to Freely makes me cringe and laugh and cry at the same time, and like just be so thankful for not being in that place anymore of my mindset and stuff. Okay, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if it helps you, leave me your comments and criticisms and thoughts as always below, and I see you next video. Bye.